Okay, here we are at Tega 4. Tega 4, known Tega Sajong, symbolizes the Jinn, which is one of the 8 divination signs, which represents thunder. It's the spirit of undeniable power and dignity. I gotta say, this is one of my most favorite forms. I remember doing this as I was a kid growing up in martial arts. Primarily it's because there's this really big stomp at the end, 2 of them as a matter of fact, but we'll do that here in a little bit. Let's get started. Again, all forms, you start in chumbi. So your left leg goes out into your ready position. Now with this first move, you're turning to the left into a back stance, double knife hand block, also known as sado. From here, you're gonna step forward into a walking stance, middle strike. We've done this before in a few of the other forms previously. You're spearing with the tip of your finger. Notice how your left hand goes down before your right hand crosses over. This is very common in most of these strikes because when your left arm or your right arm goes down, you're actually blocking a punch and then you're spearing as soon as you block that punch. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You're gonna turn 180 degrees to your right in a double knife hand block, also known as sado. Again, good back stance on this. You're gonna step with your left foot into a good walking stance, bring down your right arm as your left arm crosses over after you block that punch, and you're doing a spear hand with the tip of your finger to the sternum. You're gonna move your left leg going to the front now. Now this is a really cool block. This is kind of like a rising block with your left arm, and at the same time, you are chopping to the neck, head, or temple with your right arm. So this is a double knife hand up block. So you are in a walking stance with your left leg forward, your left arm high, both hands open, your right arm extended as a chop. From there, you're gonna do a front snap kick with your right leg, land in a good walking stance, reverse punch, left arm moving forward. From here, turn into a good chamber and you are going to do a side kick with your left leg, landing into another side kick with your right leg as you finish in a double knife hand block. Your right leg is forward. From here, you're gonna pivot on your right leg, turning around to your left, very common in the Tegic forms. You're gonna turn all the way around into a back stance with your left arm in a forearm block. You are going to do a front snap kick, but in this case, bring your leg back to that back stance position and you are doing a reverse outside inside. It's a little bit different. The reverse techniques are always backward. That's why they're called reverse. So make sure you practice this. You're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So bring your left leg in, bring your right leg out into a back stance, and you're gonna be now blocking with your other arm as a forearm block. Kind of like an outside inside, but it's not quite. Then you're gonna do a front snap kick with your back leg, bringing that leg back to where you were in a back stance as you do a reverse outside inside with your left arm. Bring your right leg in. We're gonna take our left leg out, going back to where we were starting at into a walking stance. Same technique as before. It's that double up knife hand block. Again, your top hand is in a knife rising block and your other hand is chopping to the head, temple, or throat of the other person that you are, imaginary fighting. From here, you're gonna do a front snap kick, and as your foot lands in a walking stance position, you are also performing a back fist straight to the nose. Ouch. We're gonna pivot on your right leg as you turn into a walking stance, outside, inside, reverse punch. You're familiar with this move. Same thing, other side. Bring your feet together and pivot around, outside, inside, reverse punch. Now recover your feet again as you step out. This is where thunder gets its name in Tega 4. As you step into this walking stance coming forward, you are not just stepping, but you're stomping. This is symbolizing, again, the thunder technique, but mainly what this technique is for is that you are stomping on top of the foot of your opponent and you are doing a outside, inside, double punch. You're gonna repeat this again by stepping with your right leg and your right arm. You're gonna do an outside inside, don't forget that stomp, double punch. There's a kia right there, and you're gonna pivot on your right leg all the way back around to chumbi, and you should end exactly where you started.